Welcome
Well,
to the show.
welcome.
What?
See, you took too long. That beat just paused and
Called a pregnant pause.
it's due any minute now
Why is it called a pregnant pause?
because it takes a while, a pregnancy.
All pauses take a while.
But it's a really long time 9 months.
It, I was gonna say never. I was gonna say something. Maybe it's well. Then they'd call it an abortion pause.
Oh my God, don't do that.
Say,
Don't.
maybe you kill the silence after a while.
It's not abortion pause, it's
It's a pregnant.
pregnant pause.
It's a pregnant
Super
pause.
long.
No, I don't think that's why it's called pregnant.
Okay,
It's
so
super
what
long.
is a pregnancy? It's a lifetime.
Yeah, but squirrels get pregnant for
lifetime
like
pause.
squirrels are pregnant for like 2 months or something.
It's not about squirrels.
But they get pregnant. Oh, okay. It's because something significant is coming, so it's pregnant. But that wasn't pregnant then, because the show just started. So
It could just be a pregnant pause and nothing significant comes.
no, that's not a pregnant pause. Though it has to be something significant. Like the pause is there because you know you're
Well,
waiting
in this
for
case,
something significant
it was
to happen.
very pregnant pause because welcome to Super Chevy.
Episode 115, if I'm counting correctly. It's the week of what was the first day of this week?
But it's Friday, May 12th.
That's the day it is. Happy Mother's Day. That's this weekend.
Aw,
What are you doing for Mother's Day, Mom?
you tell me.
Okay. What are you doing for Grandma for Mother's Day?
I take care of her. She likes plants and planting things. And
You like zombies? Grandma likes zombies.
yeah, on TV, yeah.
You should get her to play Plants and Zombies. Plants versus Zombies. Why not?
She's got a wonky. She gets injections in her eyeball.
What's that got to do with
You
playing a
can't
game?
see.
I can't. I'm colorblind. I Photoshop. You can do it.
But you've always been colorblind.
That doesn't make it easier to
You
be
have
colorblind.
vision. You can't see.
One eye. The other one. Okay.
So just isolate the other eye to play a game. Come on.
It might. It
I'm going
might
to tell
help.
your grandmother you said that. I'm going to tell her.
Do you think it's worse to be born? I was talking to Kalanka the other day.
Oh my God.
Like, well, we were talking about, what if humans lack an organ to perceive some other sense, right? Like, for example, there are animals that don't have any eyes. They don't have the organ for the sense of vision, right? And they live their whole lives without that. And if and then we got on to where's this going? And then we got
What were
on
y'all
to
doing at the time?
we were walking through the park.
Okay.
And thinking, what would it be worse to like get blind or get deaf, or like just start off that way?
Yeah, it'd be worse to get that way.
You think so? Yeah.
Ignorance
is bliss, right?
I didn't say that.
But that's
I
what it
didn't
is.
say that.
That's what it is, though. I think.
Either way, you have to be trained.
If you,
In one sense, you're retrained, and that's harder.
It's the opposite of love. It's better to love and lost than not love at all. But sight, it's better to never see than see and then not see.
I would think so.
I think so.
I would really miss that.
Yeah.
Because you remember.
Yeah, you remember it.
You
Remember
can't miss
colors?
what you never had.
Can't miss what you never had.
We got to keep on with these euphemisms. What is this?
I was just thinking about it.
Okay. Yeah, that's a great way to get this Friday kicked off. But what tends to happen is another sense compensates.
What?
Sense of touch for sight.
Yes, blind people are superpowers. They're like, yeah, they're really strong, fast.
No, they're not
Yeah.
fast.
Yes, they are. They're dexterous. They can.
No, they trip over things if they've never been there. How can that be?
How do you look at Stevie Wonder, Daredevil, Ray Charles?
You can stop right there. All very rich blind men who have
They
people to
became
guide
rich.
them.
They became rich being blind.
They may have, but they have help.
With who? What?
Their mother, Stevie Wonder, had a mother to
What'd she
help
do?
him.
She saw for him? What'd she
No,
do?
just like any other blind child, they helped them to get. Now, Ray Charles,
Okay, but it was Stevie Wonder. Stevie
his
Wonder
mother
was like
only
an
for a certain
athlete.
amount of time.
He was huge. He was tall.
Who?
Wonder, Stevie.
What does that have to do with anything?
They're like it's like it's
He
not
sings.
just like
That has nothing to do with his
but he's
blindness.
better than other people at it.
Okay, Lionel Richie is a good singer too. He's a
He's not blind, though.
songwriter. Yeah,
He's not-
but I'm saying that has nothing to do with his blindness that he can.
You don't know that though. You don't know that.
So every blind person is a great singer.
No, but they're usually really good at something else.
That's what I said. Another sense takes over.
Not always a sense. Strength is not a sense. Strength is an attribute.
You're saying strength. I'm saying that they have something else that compensates for that. So like an ear for music. They learned all the music that they play by ear.
Yeah.
They can't. They couldn't see the.
They have super hearing
Right.
and strength.
Where's the strength come in? Because they can walk. I don't understand.
It's like if you can't see the damage you're doing, it lets you.
You have to stop.
It
We're
lets you
gonna
do
be
more.
yanked from here. No, there's no super strength.
Have you seen that movie Peanut Butter's Falcon Superman Peanut Super Falcon Peanut Butter? It's got Shia LaBeouf in it.
No, I haven't.
It's about him and he's got some relationship. I didn't watch the whole thing. Kalanka was watching it and I popped in. But I read an article about it. And then it's about Shia LaBeouf. He's a guy and he's friends with this mentally handicapped, mentally abnormal. I don't know what you want to call him. But he's super strong in the movie. What is it called? They don't grow very tall. Their skulls and heads kind of all make the same shape, and they kind of look really similar.
Their skulls and heads.
It's a genetic
have the same
thing.
shape.
Yeah, and they I'm trying to think. Not like small people, but like they grow a certain way, and they're all a little chubby, and they all have kind of like big wide open eyes. And they all kind of have the same similar facial features. Okay, hold on. Peanut Butter.
I know what you're
I think it was
talking about, but
Falcon.
I'm not touching it.
Hold on. Like this guy.
Down syndrome.
That one. Down syndrome. He was super strong in that movie. He threw a guy. I mean, I don't want to ruin the movie in the climax. But he was super strong in that movie.
But he wasn't blind.
But he had Down syndrome.
Every Down syndrome person is not exceptionally strong. Every blind person,
You know,
is
there's
not
a Woody
exceptionally
Harrelson
strong.
movie with it just came out. It's on like Hulu or something where he's a coach of a team of Down syndrome guys. I think they're kids or something. I will bet you 50 cents that somewhere in that movie, I might be wrong. It might be a stereotype.
In your mind alone, yes.
But I bet somewhere in that movie, one of those kids is portrayed as like super or something.
Okay. I just think another sense comes stronger.
Speaking of movies,
Oh, what is this music?
the one you hate. Okay.
Thank you.
This is Bob's Movie Corner.
right, and welcome to Mom's Movie Review.
Did you watch a movie from this decade?
I did. I watched one from at least this. But also, keep in mind the name of this particular segment, Moms.
I had the
So
cover for you last week. I don't even know what movie I talked about.
I just watched an older movie. You watched the Mario Brother, correct?
Oh yeah, that's what I watched.
But my point is this. Don't play the wrong music for my review. You could just ditch that music.
I worked hard on both of those.
All right, play it for your stuff. Okay.
This is my stuff.
Oh, that's right.
Okay.
Don't play it for my review. All right, so welcome again. This week we have an up-to-date movie, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. What?
You had to look at the paper for each word. You're like, Guardians
Because
of the...
I wanted to say the name absolutely correctly, not like you threw out there Mario Brothers movie. That was the name of the
It's
movie.
a Super Mario Brothers movie. But everyone knows.
No, I could say the same thing. It's the next Galaxy thing. And then everybody's going to say, what
Okay,
does
all
that
right. I'm
mean?
sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes,
Go
you
ahead.
did. Okay, so this was an exciting one. It's touted and rumored to be the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. That remains to be seen. I think that's always a rumor about everything. Once again, Chris Pratt, like the Mario Brothers, stars in this movie, and he's fun, as usual. He's goofy. He's a little dumb, but of course he can't be dumb if he's flying intergalactic spaceships. And same characters as before. What's the raccoon's name? Rocket. Rocket Raccoon is there. The green lady, which I love
There
to
are two
hate.
green ones.
Who?
There are two green ladies.
No, one's blue. You're colorblind. The
You
ex-girl.
sure she's not green? Which one's not green?
The evil ex-girlfriend
is green.
is green.
And
And her
the
sister, the
Mantis-
blue one,
Oh, she's blue.
She's
I
blue.
thought I meant the Asian one.
not green.
Green. Maybe you're colorblind.
I'm not.
Keep talking. I'm
Okay.
looking this up.
So all the same characters are there. The snail girl and big giant stupid one. What's his name?
Drax.
Drax. And the story, it's okay to tell, right? I can give a little back.
You can give a little bit. I mean, don't give like the synopsis of what.
All right.
What's the setup for the story?
So the setup for the story is that we have a new, what do you call it?
Villain.
Villain. We have a new villain. It's the High Evolutionary, and it's really interesting seeing them go from galaxy to galaxy. And this guy, he has a vision of how he wants to be, so he creates it that way. And he actually turns out to be. Is that okay to say who he is?
Who is?
He's the creator of Rocket.
Yeah, that's fine.
So he changed.
Too late. You said it.
Well, it's done. Spoiler alert, too late. So he created, he didn't create him. He was a raccoon, and he morphed him into an intelligent raccoon, highly intelligent, sophisticated raccoon.
Evolved him.
No, he did lots of
Experiments.
experiments. And he did experiments on lots of other animals. You'll get to see that in the movie too. But Rocket was his greatest creation. Highly intelligent. He's like an AI sort of thing. So to the point where he was even more intelligent than his. So anyway, the story revolves around Rocket this time. And the whole crew is supportive and centered around Rocket to make sure that Rocket is okay. And the High Evolutionary attacks, and they attack back. And who's the guy with the arrow? Can't get it up. The arrow.
Yeah.
So the one who,
I don't know what the new guy's name is
yeah, the
called.
old guy who died, who used to whistle the arrow around, he left it to another guy.
Died,
He
right?
died. And I guess the guy was of his tribe as well. But whew, he was not catching on well with getting that arrow to fly. So at any rate, it was a little bit about him as well. It was a fun ride. It was an interesting ride. There were some real exciting moments when what you thought could never happen happened. When they would even space travel, there were some really interesting and new, I think, innovative scenes that they
Kraglin,
created.
Kraglin,
Kragan,
Kraglin.
okay.
Kraglin is the
Fraglin,
arrow
yeah,
guy's
that's
name.
the other guy. That was
He's
like
the director's brother.
5 minutes ago. Okay, so I would recommend this movie if you're. Let me put it this way: when I went to the movie, I was a little surprised. I was the only person in the movie theater, and I kept waiting for people to come. Granted, I went on a Wednesday at what 5:30 in the afternoon, but still, it was pretty new, right? It had been released the weekend before, so I did kind of expect the place to be packed. I got row J, seat 12, smack dab in the middle of the theater. Saw the best view, enjoyed the movie. I laughed, I cried, I did. It was fun. It was really fun.
It's a fun movie.
And as usual, they played some badass music. It wasn't
Yeah,
as R&B as I prefer. They
the director is he does music in his stuff a lot. Like a lot of the vision is like album covers, like
yeah,
when
yeah,
they jump
yeah. I
out
saw that.
the
Yeah,
suit with the
but
spaceship.
he had like more R&B before in previous Guardians, but this time it's a little more rock and stuff like that. But it was still cool, really good. Everybody could recognize the music. It wasn't like what, and it was fun. So if you want a good time with a movie, a good date night, or a good just hang out in the movie by yourself night, this is a really fun movie. You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry, just like I did. Get you some popcorn, something to drink, and enjoy the ride. What is the rating I would give this? Well, the rating I would give
Are you
this.
talking to yourself now?
It seems like I am. The rating I would give this is a B plus because I enjoyed it. Lots of fun. I
Would,
thought it was a little more simplistic than the ones before.
yeah, but to me, the two before, the first one, I didn't like nearly as much as anyone else did. I thought it was like, I thought the idea was cool and the music being a big part of
It
this
was a big
thing,
part.
but I thought it was just like a, with like almost everything that involves space is a little too messy and a little too like there's too much of this and too much. And the second one was like I was just bored out of my mind on the second one. Yeah,
It was
this one
fun
I like
too.
more than the other two. I
It,
think this is the best
I
one out of the
think
three.
what they did this went straight to the point. They didn't like sidetrack and try to fill in
True, the movie
stories.
just starts
Yeah,
right from
I
the
mean,
get go.
just boom, and then it kept going. And wherever they landed, something happened, and they kept going and kept going, and it was exciting and explosions and fun. So yeah, I enjoyed
Was
it.
there anything that surprised you, or you really liked, or you really didn't like?
Yeah, there was a surprising scene. That was my crying scene.
Okay,
But I'm
yeah.
not gonna do the spoiler alert. So I always expect to laugh at these movies, not. But I got
Mhm.
a little sad.
So, out of would you say this is one of Vin Diesel's best movies or worst movies?
Vin Diesel, he wasn't in this.
Yes, he is. He's one of the main guardians.
Vin Diesel,
Yes,
who is he? Rocket?
Groot.
Is that my man, Vin Diesel?
That's Vin Diesel. You can't tell Vin Diesel's voice.
That could be my voice. I am Groot. I mean, no. I'm sorry, Vinny. I had no idea.
Where does this rank in the Fast and Furious catalog? Well, I mean, where is this in the Vin Diesel movies?
I can't rate it. I don't even know it was.
Do you think he's recorded anything in the past? Because think about it. In the first movie, he probably recorded like "I Am Groot" like 20, 30 times. They could have just used it in
No, he
every
recorded
movie.
it once. They changed it every time. This time, I have to say, I like the way Groot handled himself. I like the way Groot grew. How's that?
Hmm.
It was different, right?
Yeah, he's different.
But I always loved Groot. I just didn't know why. And maybe I just didn't remember it was Vin
It's
Diesel.
Vin Diesel. It's the Vin
I
Diesel
think I
movie.
knew that before. I just didn't pay any attention this time. But I have to say, now that I remember what was happening in the movie, it makes sense. Yeah. I'm so embarrassed. But I just want to say, Groot was awesome in the movie. I didn't like what they did with Groot at the end.
Okay, I
That's all
understand.
I'm going to say. And
Okay.
for those who haven't seen it, when you see it, you'll know what I mean.
Well, you missed.
I
So
am Groot.
there are two after movie scenes.
I saw one of
Saw the
them
first one. You missed the second one.
because I was
Uh,
texting you to say, "Is there an after thing?" And you never read your text.
I do.
But I didn't want to
And
sit in the movie by myself.
I read
that
my
long.
text at 5-hour intervals. Everyone who knows me knows that.
I'm
You
your
were-
mother.
You were on hour three
I'm
and a
your
half.
mother. You're supposed to look at my text.
Okay. Well, I mean,
And you knew I was going to the movie. And you
I
could have
did.
told me before I went because you saw the movie.
I don't think about that because in my mind, if it says Marvel or DC, I'm just immediately I'm there. I'm gonna stay after the first set of credits, and then I'm gonna stay after the second set of credits because there's always two things there.
Okay. You're on this side of being midway through life.
Uh huh.
At my age, I don't have time to sit around like that. If I know that it's coming, I will sit and wait. But I have
Well, you
sat.
got backgammon games to get
Hey!
to. What are you talking about?
Bingo. I have sat and waited at movies and nothing happened.
Okay, from now on, before you go,
Nothing.
if I've seen it, I'll tell you.
Thank you.
There's one, there are two. Okay.
Okay, so I saw the first one.
Okay.
It was okay. So the second one?
The second one is kind of a spoiler, so if you don't want to hear the spoiler, skip ahead like a minute here. Okay, I'm gonna give
Give
you
him a minute.
10 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, 9
seconds is
8,
killer.
7, 6,
5,
5,
4,
4,
3,
2,
2,
2, 1.
Okay.
It's not that big a spoiler, but so this is the last movie because the director's gone.
Yes.
The guy who wrote and directed them, he's the DC guy now. He's the guy in charge of DC. But it's the last Guardians of the Galaxy movie. But the second scene shows Star-Lord, Chris Pratt. He's coming back for some other movie in the future. It says he'll be back. So maybe the other characters won't, with how the movie ended, right? But he'll be back.
Okay. Gamora. That's her
Is who?
name. His ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, Gamora. You can
Vin
ask me.
Diesel Groot. I could just kick myself.
This is what
Bradley Cooper is Rocket?
yeah, you can tell.
No.
You don't listen to this is Bradley Cooper's second best movie.
What was his first?
What's the one with Lady Gaga?
Oh, Jesus.
Did you watch that one?
That's not his best movie.
What's his best movie?
What was the one the guys went to Vegas?
Oh, Hangover.
Hangover.
Yeah, Kalaka loves it. When she saw the first one,
That's
we
hilarious.
it's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, as far as performance wise,
Hangover.
that Gaga, I don't know, the Gaga movie is pretty.
I haven't seen the Gaga
Yeah, you haven't
movie.
seen it?
No, because
I know they've made it
Evergreen,
4 times.
It's a Barbara Streisand movie.
I got it. I get it. I've seen the other ones.
Lady Gaga is no.
I've seen the other ones. This one, I'm not gonna say I cried, but I'm not gonna say I
You
didn't.
cried?
I'm not gonna say it's pretty emotional.
Chris.
I don't know. I know they did like I don't know.
cried.
I cried. Bradley and Dave Chappelle are in the movie.
I cried and I sang the song. I don't know if I sang the Gaga song.
You stood in the theater and sang the song.
Yes, I did.
With
Yes, I did.
oh my god. No, you didn't.
I did.
You in the theater?
Yes, I did. I love that
It was
song.
everyone doing it. It was like a Rocky Horror Picture Show thing. Or?
No, I was at home singing.
Okay, thank God. You're giving me.
Okay, that's it. Let's
I
wrap
was
this
embarrassed
movie up.
for you. Oh my God!
Embarrassed?
It's singing in a movie theater alone.
Wait a minute. Who are these people in
In
this
what
movie?
What movie?
In Guardians.
Okay, come on.
My God, I didn't even know him. Benicio del Toro is in there?
And not in this one. In the last one, and the one before that.
All right, I'm good. That was a great movie. A good review.
What's the next movie? You got to go see your John Wick 4.
John Wick 4 is my next movie.
What time is it? You want to go now? It's Friday. The theaters
It's
are open
Friday.
later.
I think it's too late.
You think he Johns the Wick? What do you think? You
What?
think he shoots people?
That's all he does is shoot people. I love John Wick.
Yeah.
I'm just amazed he can move so fast.
He can. They speed it up. They speed the foot. They
That's
tell everyone
what it
else to
is.
move slower, and he moves regular speed. And
Hey,
then
if
they
we
speed it up.
we could cut this off in about 20 minutes, still make it 9:50.
We'll see. Let's see. Go get it, John Wick. This is the news. You got news this week. You play any games?
All right, time for the news.
You play any games?
Oh,
All right. You know what? I'm playing more Sekiro. I didn't get to play as much as I wanted this week.
Which
but
one?
I played Sekiro.
oh, the Sekido. You like that game?
Man, so good. It's like
Sounds like it's your best friend.
it. Okay, what you haven't played enough games, but the more games you play, eventually, like you get tastes for things. But it's kind of like going to a restaurant that's gonna close. You can go to that restaurant for like a month or 2 months or whatever, and then you close it, you finish the game, and you can go to other restaurants, but there's that taste from that restaurant, and you kind of lose that taste because you don't go. But then they have a pop-up truck down the street that shows up 8 years later, and you go and you taste it, and it has that same taste you didn't know you missed.
So what is it a
you
taste
did.
of that you
And it fills in this hole
I got it.
of happiness in you that you didn't know you had there, but you knew it, but you've ignored it.
Okay, so you love this game.
It's not just that. There are things you do in this game that fill in holes in your
Okay.
game soul.
Your mom is
You're
here.
getting no. You see, okay, that's you. I'm not going there with it. I'm not
You're
going
filling
anywhere
in
with
holes and all sorts of things. Hey, listen. What does this game remind you of? What are you missing? Remind you.
it. Like I don't know. I just feel like when I'm sitting there parrying stuff, ting tong ting ting, and I hit something and I kill it. It feels like I'm a kid. I don't know. It just feels great.
A kid again?
Yeah, and then I get a bead, and I get another bead, and I get another bead, and I get another bead, and it's like I'm stronger, and I am stronger because I did that. You know, it's so fun. I don't know how to explain it. It's like
What's gonna happen when you beat?
finish. I'll probably beat it twice or 3 times, 2 or 3 times. The first time always takes the longest because everything's new, but the second time you run through it, right?
Like egg ink.
Yeah.
I can play that with my eyes closed.
You literally can play with your eyes closed. No blind powers needed. You can play with your eyes closed. Yeah, for sure.
And get to enlightenment within 3
You think
days.
blind people are really good at the egg game?
What?
You think blind people will be really good at egging? Like they
No.
feel the drones.
They'll miss all the drones.
No, they hear them real good. Anyway,
Oh
secular,
my
right? It's a great
gosh.
game. It's so good. And Dead Island, me and Biko have been playing Dead Island.
Dead Island 2.
Yeah,
All right.
I mean, that's real
That's a
fun.
fun game. Yeah, I enjoy watching
I
it.
wish you
I will.
would buck up and
I'm
play a
going
game.
to. I think what we need to do, we need to set a stream up particular day, like on the weekend. We'll do the show, and then we'll do a stream. What is it called? Kick or Twitch?
Twitch. We stream on all of them: Twitch, Kick, YouTube.
Yeah. So if we do that, just like you play Saturday morning games, right?
Yeah,
Sunday morning too.
yeah.
Maybe I come
Sometimes.
over early Sunday, but see, you like playing with hardball guys, you know.
Yeah, you
Y'all
should
are.
play with them too.
Nah, they'll laugh at me.
Well, first of all, they're closer to your age than they are mine, so you probably. No, it's true. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's true. So it's like you guys would
So
probably get
you're trying to
along.
say that my game level would be able to match theirs?
No, 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 no.
Okay, that's
No,
why
what
I
I'm
say I
saying
can't
is
play
they'll
with
be
them.
able to better when you remember we played Ethan Carter and I almost had a stroke because he was
You
just so impatient with you. You know what it is? You're my parent, right? And
and
people see
that
the
should cut out the
people. No,
impatience.
no, 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 no. See, that's what you don't get about
Oh, you're
godhood.
embarrassed.
Children look at their parents as kind of semi deities. Okay,
Semi what?
deities.
Oh God.
All right. When you made the chicken nugget dinosaurs, oh my god!
I was
When
queen.
you know how to drive, and then sometimes we go to Disneyland
Oh,
Disney World.
the
Those are amazing
heroes.
things. And then you get older, and you realize mom doesn't know how to play Street Fighter. What's up with that? That's not godlike, not to me. So that's gonna, but them, they'll probably just see you like a normal human being learning to play a game, and they won't get veins popping up in the forehead.
I think I'll
probably-
still give them veins. So
I
no,
don't know.
I don't
you
think
can you
that.
can show up. It's fine. I'll get you another headphone.
Okay.
Back to the news.
Round one.
Uh,
Fight.
Round one. Fight. That's a good one for the one we're talking about now. Do you remember the difference between Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter?
Street Fighter is Mortal Kombat is where they're slashing, killing, running into each other, fighting, right?
Yeah. Street Fighter is what?
Street Fighter, damn it, is is
It's
not
really
that.
they're not killing each other generally.
They're just fighting,
Yeah, sometimes people die,
Yeah.
but generally,
but usually not.
Yeah,
Just like
usually not.
fight.
Usually every game one person dies or is thought to be dead, and then they either are dead or they come back later. But yes,
Which one says fight?
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, they should say die.
They at the end they say
Fatality.
fatality.
Yeah.
Or friendship. You haven't seen the friendships?
Never.
We're gonna have to. Oh, you know what? I got Mortal Kombat. We'll look at some friendships.
Okay, we'll see.
Those are fun. You'll love them. They're really great.
Okay, so I like both games.
Anyway,
So it leads us into
our first story. We got a second teaser for the next seemingly upcoming Mortal Kombat game. The first teaser came a week ago. We had a 30th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. Was it 30th or 25th? Ooh.
25th. I think it was 30th.
It might be 30. Let me check.
That story.
What story? The guy with the Pokemon cards? I did.
Oh, that's what we're talking about, right?
That's literally what we're
That's
talking about right
literally
now.
what you're talking about. Okay. I didn't update.
1992. So, we're 30. Yeah, well, it was last year, but this year
31.
they put out the thank you for 30 years, and at the end of that, they played like a real small teaser that the Mortal Kombat community is probably the worst section of the worst section of video game culture. So you've got the fighting game part of video games, which is great, but for some reason these people like to fight all the time, which I guess it makes sense when you say it out loud. And then you've got the Mortal Kombat section of that, and these people are lunatics. If you read his Twitter, it doesn't matter what he says. He can be saying like he could type a eulogy for his children, or get in a car accident, and the comments on every post is something like, "When's the next Mortal Kombat? Where's my? I want my Melina character in there." It's ridiculous. Like crazy people. So after that teaser, which is like 5 seconds of sand falling down, all the YouTubers had 20-minute videos talking about what's going to happen next. There's absolutely no information. And this week we got another one.
Okay.
It's actually like I think it's 15 seconds this long this time. And it's a clock that starts at 9. Well, you know what? Let me show you. You ready to see this?
Yeah. And the tweet says, does anybody know what time it is? Hashtag Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so Boone also started a Twitter live where he's playing music. So does anyone really know what time it is? Chicago, he's playing Prince, and apparently all these things link to certain characters that'll be in, like Prince is his favorite artist, and he made a character in the game based on him called Rain, Purple Rain, and he's purple.
That's cute.
Right? It's a lot of baloney there. But let me oh my god, I'll never find this now. It was like, here we go. I don't know. Yeah, I guess you can hear it on the thing. So it's a clock. It's ticking. Goes from 9 to 11. So Mortal Kombat, and then it skips 12, goes to 1.
The second hand. Yeah.
Right, the second hand. Not the second hand. It's the third hand, but it's the second hand. It's not the
hand that shows seconds.
Yes.
Okay.
So Mortal Kombat rebooted with Mortal Kombat 9, which was like a 6-year hiatus since the past Mortal Kombat. And we got 10 and 11. And it looks like we're going to reboot again and start back at 1.
At 1.
It looks
because he passed up 12.
Yeah, there's not a 12, which I think is fine. The story ended.
Yeah, so it's a new storyline.
It's a new storyline. Hopefully. We'll see. We don't know anything. But I'm excited for it. I'm sure Biko might be excited for it.
But I like the suspense.
Yeah, it's he loves that. That's all he does. He probably doesn't even make the games anymore. He's just like, kill heads off. I'm going to go make people upset on Twitter. We've also got Street Fighter demo coming out, I think now, this week. I don't know. So yeah, lots of good stuff for fighting games. I think fighting games are the best games, so probably try playing one.
You know, interesting you should say that. They probably are, because cat games and Ethan being lost.
Look, you enjoy
even with the zombies.
You know what? You played that cat game. You had a smile on your face. You were giggling, and then you died.
But
you had an issue with
because
that. Because
you didn't tell me I was going to have to fight things.
I've never played the game.
Oh, you threw me into an arena that you didn't even know about.
I thought you were going to be like, never mind. I was going to make another blind joke, but I think we're okay.
And I didn't see that coming.
Okay.
So
you were gonna say,
I was gonna say most games that include fighting are good. Just the zombie game. What is it?
Dead Island.
Dead Island 2. Because ultimately what you're doing, you're fighting the zombies, right?
No, it's not the same. Fighting games are built on the premise
that something fights back.
No, it's like it's kind of like
because they do.
No, it's like it's kind of like an infinite chess, kind of. Like what you're seeing happening there is like the characters on left and right and throwing kicks and punches and stuff. That's kind of like very, very surface level of what's happening between the two players playing the game. And they're not thinking about exactly what's happening there. There's a lot of layers to like spacing, and so a game runs like a fighting game is 60 frames per second. Like a movie is 24. You see 24 pictures in 1 second moving. A fighting game is typically, generally good ones, 60 frames per second, even like 30 years ago.
Okay.
60 frames per second. When you're playing that game and you push a button, you want to know how many frames does that take to go and start. There's a lot going on between people who know how to play them. Some people just grab it, blah, 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 control it, blah, 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 blah. But people who know what they're doing, there's a lot going on. To me, it's the most competitive form of video game.
Okay.
Go ahead. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, I'm done.
I don't even know what you said.
I know.
Round 2. Fight.
Did you want to introduce?
Well, speaking of fighting, on a fighting role here, there's an article from Kotaku. Kotaku.
You don't have to say it like that either. That's not sounding good.
Kotaku.
You sound kind of Larry David in here. just say it like you want to say it.
Oh,
that's fine. Just stay there.
The man was jailed for life after beating his neighbor to death with a pack of Pokemon cards. I'm sorry, a bag of Pokemon cards. Now, on the surface, that sounds really cheesy. But ultimately, what happened is that they were neighbors living in like an apartment building, something like that. And he's always playing games. This 31-year-old British guy, Andrew Haig.
Yeah.
And his neighbor is like a 50-year-old dude, Simon. So old Simon, is like anything but play games, and he's like a little pedophile. And
is that how he said it? He's like, hey, dude, you're kind of a pedophile.
Hi, mate. You're like an old pedophile. Pedophile? They're British.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. So old Hayes didn't like that comment. Don't make me laugh.
I'm not making you laugh.
My eyes tear up and I can't see. Can't do this. So he goes, "Hi, you call me a speaking nonce? Come out and fought like a man."
Why is he missing a tongue? Why is his tongue cut in half?
Because they're Cockney blokes, that's why.
Okay.
So I guess they got into a fist fight, and it just so happened that 31-year-old Wilkerson had a bag filled with boxes of Pokemon cards. They were like 10 boxes. And he beat the crap out of the older dude. After that, he felt bad because he beat the old guy so bad. So how did he put it? He committed an act of mercy by picking up some wood and beat him upside his head and inflict catastrophic injuries, mortal wounds. So he killed the old dude. Yeah. That's what happened. He went ahead and pled guilty, and he's been sentenced to life. So he'll be in jail at least 17 years before he's able to come up for...
To ban Pokemon cards.
We should ban 31-year-olds that walk around with Pokemon cards.
They were neighbors, right? So he probably went into his apartment, this'll do.
I think they left some parts. Probably had a lot of little kids coming over, swapping cards. I mean, what would lead the old man to say that?
People say that now.
Just call you a pedophile for nothing?
Yeah, all the time. That's like the new.
Hey, mate, you're a pedophile. Just like that?
It's like I'm not to offend anyone. It's like the new gay. You know, people used to accuse everyone of being gay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the new thing. Like everyone, you're a pedophile. Like
I've never heard
except that's actually a horrible thing.
It's a really horrible thing.
Being gay is
Yeah.
not that, but
I
that's
mean, it wasn't
actually-
horrible enough to beat him to death, but
Well, yeah, you don't call someone a.
that's pretty horrible. Yeah.
Not as horrible as the next thing. Now you gotta segue that.
I'm sad. I have to segue it out?
Yeah, what I just said. Not as horrible as the next thing. All right, you ready for some more video game TV? So you watched the Halo show.
I
You
did.
like that. You watched Last of Us.
Yes.
You like that.
Now I'm ready.
Well, we got two more. This article is about one thing, but when you watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie, did you see the preview for Gran Turismo? The movie about the car?
I did. And I'm ahead of myself because I took notes.
Uh-huh.
I took notes.
What were those notes?
Hold on. Notes. That Gran Turismo will be released on June 16th.
Mm-hmm.
That was it.
Okay, thanks.
But I was kind of surprised. I didn't know. It's a movie or a series?
It's the movie.
All right, so it's a movie. It's not a series. I got to the movies like on time. I don't think
That's when the trailers.
Yeah, I'll never do that ever again.
What do you mean?
There were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies previewed.
Yeah.
I finished my popcorn. I finished my drink, and then I sit through the Guardians.
I hate going and seeing the. I used to love seeing trailers, but now the trailers tell you the whole
It's
thing.
the movie.
The whole movie. So now I like that's like okay. Would you like to go to the restroom, wife? That takes a few minutes.
You may as
and then
well.
Might as well be late.
Yeah, go lay on the car and take a nap.
The trailers tell you everything's gonna happen in the movie. Every time I go to the movie and they play the Flash movie trailer, I just leave.
Yeah,
and wait because I'm excited for
you
that
want
movie,
to see it, yeah.
and I don't want to see everything that happens in the movie before it happens.
Well,
But yeah, I was just surprised that the Gran Turismo movie not only is happening, but it's just what if somebody was really good at this game? It's not. It's not like adapting like Need for Speed.
Right.
That was a racing game. And what they did was this game is about cars and crime. So let's make a story about cars and crime and just like build it like it was the game.
Yeah,
but this is like this kid's really good at this video game, Gran Turismo.
They sent him to a camp.
Maybe he could drive a real car.
Right. And they're gonna have these kids thinking they can really do this stuff.
It's apparently based on a true story.
Oh, come on.
Because Sony did have some contest or something where you could, yeah, and so they built them. Did they make the contest so they could build a movie around it?
I don't know, but it seemed like the gaming part was just kind of incidental.
Oh,
to it.
also this one thing, it kind of bugged me. Why is that multicultural family so multicultural?
I know, right?
I'm all for it, diversification, but
Not in the family.
That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense. The son was like in Middle Eastern, Arab.
Right.
The dad was SEAL.
Yeah.
The mom was a white UK lady. The daughter, I think, was a dragon. I don't know.
It was a lot of mixtures of people.
It's like people talking at this table. I'm like, who kidnapped who?
Yeah, it's like the United Nations, all in one household. So yeah, I didn't want to say this. I'm sorry. Is it okay? Okay. So that was one preview. Hunger Games got a new movie coming out in November.
What?
The Hunger Games.
No.
Yes.
I didn't see that preview.
That's you. I saw it. I wrote it down.
The Hunger Games?
The Hunger Games.
That's the one with the girl with the face that doesn't move.
But she's not in there.
She's not in but she is the Hunger.
Prequel. This is before, because remember, This is like the Hunger
No, I
Games
don't.
have been going on. This is like the first Hunger Game.
The hungriest game.
This is the craving game. It's the
But why would you want to?
they went
Why
backwards,
would you want a
just like
prequel?
every movie.
Okay,
they go
I
back.
saw the first Hunger Game,
Yeah.
and I saw Hunger Game 2, Dessert.
Then 3, then 4.
I didn't see 3 and 4
You didn't.
because I felt like if the appetizers are this way and the main entree, why do I want dessert and then the drink?
Aperitif, yeah.
Right? But I assume in that last movie they ended the hunger of the games.
Maybe they ended the hunger.
Did you see the last movie?
But they went back to the beginning.
But did you see the
I
last
did. I
movie?
saw it all.
Did they end the hunger?
Yeah, sorta.
So why would you want? That's like
They
making,
went backwards.
That's like the slave movies. That's what it reminds me
What?
of. Aren't you tired of seeing slave movies? Like we
I
finished.
am always tired of the slave movies.
They did like they should make a movie. Civil War. They did that. Avengers. They should make it Avengers, Civil War, Abraham Lincoln versus Confederates, and then don't go back.
Never again.
I don't want another.
I don't want to see it. But that's what they did with Hunger Games. They
Just let that Will Smith one be the last one, and then let's not do it anymore.
12
They did-
years a slave.
12 years of Hunger Games.
Okay, so it's coming back in November. Oppenheimer,
I'm looking forward to that one.
Oppenheimer.
I like Nolan
A
movies.
Christopher Nolan movie.
Yeah, I like Nolan movies.
It's coming out in July. It looks interesting.
I like seeing stuff blow up.
There's another Transform coming out in June.
Oh, I'm excited about that. I've been forcing Kolonica to watch the first 5.
You're as excited about the Hunger Games as I am about Transformers.
Here's the thing. Hunger Games is trying to be important. Transformers never was.
No.
And that's what makes it great. Hunger Games was be about society and rich people and
What is Transformers
and
about?
Uncle Tom's and all that stuff. Transformers about robots in disguise as vehicles. That's it.
Yeah, okay. Won't be seeing that.
Yeah, we will.
This
We got
month,
movie reviews to do, lady.
this month, May 26th, Little Mermaid, Little Black Mermaid.
All these new Disney ones have been pretty disappointing, though. The
Oh,
Aladdin,
but did you
the
see the
Lion
preview?
King. Yeah, I saw it. The
And
Mulan.
They've made it before, but it was a cartoon. This is
I
a
know,
real life.
but I'm saying the last 6, 5, the Jungle Book, they're all trash.
Were they real life things?
Yeah. Do you see Mulan? Lucky you. Did you see Lion King? Lion King was probably, to me, the least worst one.
Yeah.
Because I mean, whatever.
Because they
see-
have Broadway
Did you
produced.
see Aladdin with Will Smith?
Oh, I did.
Yeah. Did you see Pinocchio?
But I think it's
No one saw Pinocchio.
I think it's because we're so enchanted with the cartoon
No, it's not that.
that we don't want to
It's that-
see real people.
No, it's not that. It's that. Okay, I think it's a good idea to remake these in a different format instead of redrawing them and do it. I think the live action thing is actually a smart idea
It's
because
different.
it affords you the opportunity to do different things with the stuff. But so much of it is just copy paste. And then they don't change it or add anything to it.
So
It's
you
not,
think Little Mermaid's the same way?
probably it's so much 3D and CG. You know, it doesn't feel
Real?
not that it doesn't
Like
feel,
the cartoon?
Well, the thing is, a cartoon's a cartoon. You know, as soon as you see it, you know that you're making leaps to reality. But this thing, you have humans and people, and it's surrounded with 3D, which can be okay, right? Every Marvel movie is like 50% 3D anyway. But
it kind of is because Aquaman and Little Mermaid, they cannot talk underwater. They cannot
I'm not
breathe
that-
underwater.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the 3D, the visual presentation of it. The Disney ones have been really like bad. It's like not.
Okay, I don't
convincing.
care. I'm gonna see it because
You
she's a
like Little
black mermaid.
Oh, you see it because
I don't actually like the little girl character. I'm trying to like her. You know, she's one of the sisters. They used to be gospel singers.
I don't care.
I'm telling you a
I
story.
know.
Don't say I don't care.
I don't care if she is.
Okay, I'm telling you.
Uh-huh.
They used to be gospel singers, and they were the most.
She and who?
Her sister. I can't
Okay.
think of their names. I don't know.
Okay. The gospel twins.
They were right, and
Uh-huh.
then once they started growing up, One sort of went to the side. She's still in show business. And then the one that plays the mermaid got loose. You know, every time you saw her, you didn't even.
What did they do besides gospel?
That was enough. They have the most amazing voices. They could be blind.
Okay.
So, you know, it's not that I'm a fan of her. It's just I like seeing look like me too.
No, that's fine. I'm not. I don't care about that. I just mean
The movie itself.
the trending
I get
thing
it.
with that. They're just not
So
great.
you won't see that one.
I'll probably see it because Kawanka loves the Little Mermaid.
Uh-huh.
We'll probably
to
have
see it.
free tickets anyway, so we'll see it probably.
Okay. Elemental is coming.
Who's that?
I totally forgot what that was.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
And then the Marvels are coming in.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. And that's one thing I meant to mention about the Guardians of the Galaxy. Get my real notes. Realize Sly Stallone was in there?
Yes, I know what he looks
We
like.
didn't
and I
say
knew-
that.
He was in the last movie.
But his real face showed.
He was in that too.
And I just wanted to make note that Rocket was 89P13.
Okay.
Okay.
What did that mean to you?
That was his number.
Okay.
That was his experimental number, whatever.
Anyway, back to the
He
story.
did have a name.
There's a Twisted Metal TV show coming.
I'm excited for that.
Are you really?
Yeah. When I saw this, I was like, oh, cool. I watched the trailer and everything. I like Anthony Mackie.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not. I think Anthony Mackie's fine. He's. I'm just worried.
It's a lot of 3G stuff, too.
It looks like. I kind of have to look at the trailer again.
Yeah, it doesn't look like real people. Or
No, not that.
like a cartoon.
The story of Twisted Metal is really weird.
Twisted. Yeah.
Do you know the story of Twisted Metal in general?
I do, but I can't remember it. I remember Sweet Tooth the Clown.
Right. Basically you got all these characters who've
Didn't he
been
go around killing
traumatized.
kids and stuff?
So like, yeah, Sweet Tooth, he abducts and kills children with his ice cream truck.
I make you a pedophile.
No, he's not a pedophile. He just likes to kill them.
I make you a killer pedophile.
No, I don't think there's anything in there.
I make you a killer pedophile.
Anyway, there's a driving car derby tournament
Right.
by the quote unquote devil, and whoever wins, his name's Callisto. Whoever wins gets a wish, and it's filled with all these people who are driving, mostly because they're psychologically imbalanced or something.
They're all kind of crazy, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how that works as a TV show.
Well, it's only half-hour episodes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, that's expensive. So much of it's gonna be, CG or whatever. It's gonna be expensive. I just don't. Who's the protagonist? I don't know. We'll see. I do want to see Sweet Tooth.
Will Arnett is gonna voice Sweet Tooth.
Okay,
He has
so it's
the
gonna be
most
a comedy.
incredible voice.
I just don't like. It's a real dark material. He's not gonna kill kids in the thing.
Yeah, I think he will.
Think so? It's on Peacock.
They might
Doesn't
make him.
Disney own them?
They might make them teenagers, so
Who?
it won't look so bad. Instead of little kids.
The teenagers get ice cream from trucks.
Yeah.
You know, if they made Sweet Tooth today, he'd be like a little guy with like one of those little carts. Because today, do you see any trucks?
Ice cream trucks do still run, not as often.
Yeah, but how many of those do you see versus a dude with the mustache?
But the
and
dude
little
with the
cart?
mustache pushing a cart. There's only one kind of dude does that. Don't go there.
Good dudes. Yeah, I wouldn't say they're not killers.
No, they're just cart.
Yeah,
Let's stick with the ice cream truck.
I'm looking forward to that show. I just want to see what happens
Yeah.
in it.
I hope they make some more things. Because All of Us is great.
Last of Us is the name of the
The
show.
Last of Us was great too.
Not All of Us, just Last of Us. Something. Xbox not doing good.
I think we could just.
Yeah, Xbox. Phil Spencer had an interview. He talked about how horrible of a job he's doing. Man, they wish they didn't do so bad last generation. Everybody downloads their games, which is something everyone's pushing, especially Xbox. And then everyone bought a PlayStation 4, and they downloaded all the games there. And now nobody wants to switch from a 4 to a 5, from a 5 to X or X to 5, because you already have an entire game library. And now Xbox, their whole game library is on the PC, so you could, if you wanted to switch, you want to. So they don't like that. That's not good.
Whiny story.
Well, the one thing, Phil Spencer's not whiny.
He is in this story.
He's not whiny. He's
whiny.
If
they weren't digital, they'd be buying.
Okay, you don't have to make voices.
But we're not gonna complain.
Is that your thing now? You're just gonna do voices. I think I'm gonna have guests on the show.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
We should have guests.
I got this new thing. We should have the presidential candidates go.
Oh my gosh, that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah, well.
I get to be Biden or Trump.
Neither. They get to be them.
I want to be George Santos. I can be anything I want.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, too bad for Xbox. That was the news. What's the movie next week you're reviewing? Next week movie review? What?
John Wick 4.
You better hurry up. Okay. Because it's gonna be gone.
Oh,
it's been like a month and a half. Thanks for listening to the podcast. This is episode 115. We are the Super Chevy Brothers. This has been a pleasure. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram,
Kick.
Facebook, Kick, Twitter, at Super Chevy Bros. Any recommendations? Anything to say? Got any plans?
Nope. Just cruising along, trying to live a life.
Are you willing to watch extremely horrible movies, like banned in certain countries?
Banned?
Yeah.
Because of what?
Like, the gore porn kind of.
Oh.
Like, like Saw, except worse.
No. Is that a suggestion?
Yeah, I mean, people like hearing that stuff.
If there was like a fan suggestion.
It is a fan suggestion. Yeah, but the movie they're recommending, I've seen the movie.
What is it?
I don't think you'll like that movie.
I'd like to hear it.
The movie?
Yeah.
Martyrs. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't.
Like,
is it on Netflix?
It was.
It was on Netflix. If it's on Netflix, I can watch it.
No, hold on. No, it's not front page Netflix. It's like, did you know you could search for this movie on Netflix? It's banned in some countries.
I didn't know that.
I don't know if you like watching it. You probably turn it off, actually. I'd bet you turn it off.
Really?
Yeah, after like the first 20 minutes.
Is it that gross or what?
It's kind of torture, porn kind of.
Now wait, last week I tried to review a movie that was 5 years old?
Yeah.
This movie is 2008.
Yeah, it's old. But there's more of an appeal to it because it's like one of those one of the worst movies of all time movies.
It is described as cruel, graphic,
the genre is cruel
and gruesome.
Yes.
And you want your mom?
No, I'm asking you if you're willing to watch it. Some people don't have the taste for it. I wouldn't recommend watching it if you don't. I'm just saying if you're open to watching it, you can.
Okay.
Think about it.
I'll think about it.
Think about it. I don't want you to get it.
In the movie description, they have the word depravity.
Yeah, there's depravity for sure. Yes.
And you've seen this movie.
Yeah, I saw it in Japan.
For 20 minutes.
I downloaded it.
And you think I will be able to get through the entire thing?
I didn't like the movie.
It just wasn't likable?
To me, okay, so like, movies like...
It's a revenge movie, right?
No.
That's what it says.
Movies, it's not really. I mean, there's some revenge stuff that happens earlier on, but that's not what it's about. They're like the Saw movies.
Yeah, they're gruesome.
And a big part of those movies is just like watching people
Explode,
mutilated
yeah,
or
mutilated.
something, and it's gonna
Horrible.
like. I enjoyed those movies because the story is kind of like you kind of want to know what happens next, or they're mysteries. Each movie is kind of like a little tiny mystery, and like I like mysteries, but
it's
like
a puzzle. It's a
it's a
jigsaw.
puzzle, sure. And watching those movies, like the the games are interesting, but then like I'd rather watch it on TNT where they don't show me the heads
Right,
exploding
and
because
the teeth being
it's
pulled
to
out of
me
the
it's like a
mouth.
sex scene. Like I don't really need it in the movie.
That's okay. I'm not gonna get into that, but
But this is like only that.
it's only that. There's not like a real
There is
supportive.
a story.
Okay.
The story is kind of interesting, but everything it's like you could the concept of the story is maybe to me more interesting than watching the film because it's like it doesn't do anything to me. It doesn't do anything for like film or art or entertainment unless your type of entertainment is watching or saying you can watch or like
So,
Iron Manning through some torture.
is this like a favorite fan or just some?
Oh yeah, it's a favorite fan.
Okay, if our fans want me to
And
watch,
I wouldn't commit yet. You might want to.
all right, fan, listen to me.
You might want to say you'll try.
I will
it.
try it. I
Okay.
will start the movie, and if I can get through it, I will review it. Whatever I get through, I will review.
Don't smile when you say that. It's that. It's Did you ever watch like Serbian film? You ever watch that one?
What?
Serbian movie? Serbian film. That one. Okay.
Serbian?
Yeah. Okay. So there's a level of horror movies. Like there's commercial horror, like Halloween.
Now, you know, I raised you on horror.
Yeah,
but
that's
I
not the
walked
same.
away.
That is not the same. There's
Like Evil
Exorcist.
Dead.
That's not the same. Right? There's commercial horror. There's like horror for horror people. Like I would say like the Evil Dead movies or you know, that movie with the weird guy. Those are like horror for horror people movies. And then you have like all the way at the top snuff films. And then in between there you have these type of movies.
So it's right below snuff.
It's like you're not watching it. To watch these movies and like really like them, you kind of have to like watching what's happening. It's kind of weird.
Like watching Depravity and
Yeah, you kind of have to
Water.
like sitting there like, look at that.
I can give it a try.
You go ahead, give it a try.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right. And fans keep sending in your referrals, but I only request that can you keep it like in this decade? Last few years?
So these movies like that,
Yeah.
only come like okay.
I don't
They
want-
come out all the time. They're kind of like underground movies usually.
Okay.
And then you'll get one that is not usually the trash.
Is this one trash?
I would say like production quality and story wise, it's probably one of the better ones.
Okay.
But it's still pretty bad. But you have other ones like there's one I wouldn't say it's recent, but there are other ones like there are other ones that they happen all the time. This is one of the more prolific ones.
Okay.
Okay.
I will give it a try, fan. Thank you for sending in your suggestions.
Oh, you will not be smiling after you back next time. All right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
Thanks for
make
listening
sure
to
we
the
do
show.
it.
Thanks for listening to the show.
Thank
We'll see you
you.
next time.
Bye.